President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of qualified Nigerians to serve on the board of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund (TETFund). Chief Ajuri Ngilale, Special Advisor to the President, Media and Publicity, in a statement identified the appointees as Alhaji Aminu Masari as Chairman, Senator Sani Danladi, Members Sunday Adepoju, Member Nuruddin Adeyemi, Member Esther Uninye Chuku Ukachuku, Member Turaki Ibrahim, Member and Abo Udioyok, Member. Ngilale said the President expects that the new members of the board of the pivotal institutional vehicle to be dedicated and committed to driving TETFund's objective of providing the needed support for tertiary education with a view to enhancing the productivity and quality of higher education. The Chief of Defence Staff, General Christopher Musa, says the armed forces are prepared to deal with all enemies of the Nigerian state as a nationwide protest continues. Our correspondent Nabuchi Nabuchi sent in this report.
Speaking in Abuja at the joint media briefing of heads of security agencies, General Musa says the armed forces are united in their resolve to deal with anyone or groups of persons who attempt to destabilize the country. He said those flying foreign flags will not go scot-free. Also speaking at the event, the Inspector General of Police denied allegations of deploying live ammunition to disperse protesters, while those flying foreign flags will be prosecuted for treason.
What does it imply for the local markets? Because we're trying to address the interest of all the stakeholders. Most of these food items that is going to enjoy these duty waivers and concessions are also being cultivated by Nigerian farmers. And so there is the interest to strike, there is the issue of striking a balance between the interests, the long-term interests of Nigerian farmers, Nigerian stakeholders who are involved in the productions of these items.
It's very clear to all that the protests have been hijacked by criminal elements and other groups that do not mean well for the country.
On behalf of the officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army, state unequivocally that the Nigerian Army stand assured in defense of our democracy, of our peace, of our harmony, and we are not going to shift ground on that.
The security chiefs also said that as per our sponsors of the protest and those taking advantage of it are equally being monitored.
On our part, the Armed Forces of Nigeria, we've been doing all that we need to do to ensure that we provide the enabling environment to support Mr. President and this government in the attainment of this objective of reducing poverty and hardship in this country.
Group of people who started subversive campaign, waving flags of other countries and openly calling for military takeover of government. This is not a protest, but an offense of treason. I want to use this opportunity to warn our youths.
We appeal to our youths, to our mothers, to our fathers, to generality of Nigerians, to please give peace a chance and allow the government do what is needful, as committed as it has become, the federal government and all the subnationals.
They are leaving a stone unturned, even though normalcy appears to have been restored to many parts of the country.
Expert, and he is joining us live from London. Hello, good evening, sir. Hello, good evening. right, so what is your immediate reaction? I believe you're hearing me. What's your immediate reaction to the nationwide hashtag End Bad Governance protest despite the president's address? Do we have Dr. Shola? All right, let's just quickly take a break, and when we return, we'll have him join us. Just stay with us. We'll be right back. We're glad to have you back. Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect to us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTVNews. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GalaxyTV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share a story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 018-666-669. Platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live update and comment. The Kaduna State Security Council has denied rumors of review of the 24-hour curfew imposed on Kaduna and Zaria towns and their environs. The Commissioner, Internal Security and Home Affairs stated this in a statement on Wednesday that the 24-hour curfew remains in place and is being actively enforced by security agencies, contrary to insinuation that it has been reviewed. Citizens are enjoined to observe the curfew strictly and to shun rumors or unverified reports. Reliable and accurate update will be duly communicated to the public through official channels, he said. And still from Kaduna State, in Kaduna, following the imposition of curfew, residents are complying with the 24-hour curfew on the city as the town is deserted, while motorists complain about harsh economic condition. Recall that the state government had declared the curfew in response to the breakdown of law and order when hoodlums hijacked the End Bad Governance protest in the state. The hoodlums vandalized and looted various public and private property, including one of the commercial banks in the city. Galaxy TV correspondent who monitored the compliance level of the curfew learned that the residents have stayed indoors with the exception of individuals blocked at the toll gates from entering the city.
Many people were lost for now. People are dying for nothing. People are looking for what they will eat. They will look for the protest. Look at how many people that died in Kano, in Kaduna, in the Zaria, in other places in this country, Maiduguri, Yobe also. So please, we are begging government to come and help us to remove this subsidy of fuel.
Hold on, it's too much. But since yesterday, me did this photo for you. Nobody do anything for me. It's still, hold on, it's too much for this one. This road is don't block anywhere. Anyway, don't block. What happen now? You see, governor never talk for me. Make you come open the road for walls. Make you come fast like this.
A lot of hardship to the poor people. Like I said, today the central market is closed. All our markets in Kaduna are closed. Businesses that are owned by the downtrodden, the middle class, are closed. If you go to Zaria, the same thing is happening. So a lot of innocent people who are even struggling are losing a lot, because the moment if they continue to stay at home under this curfew, have no other demand, and they lose a lot of money and they lose their businesses, and a lot of people also fall into poverty.
All right, now we have Dr. Shola Mese, who is a security expert, to join us live from London. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
All right, thank you so much for being part of the news today. So what's your immediate reaction to the nationwide End Bad Governors protest despite the president's address?
Yes. I think they've staged their protest, registered their case, and what have you. They wanted the president to make a speech, or rather to address the nation, which he has done. So if they continue this protest, that means they have ulterior motive, and that is where the security operative need to come in and do the needful. That's my take concerning that particular your question. So be that as it may, I think we need to look deeper and allow the security agents to do their work, because now, like we're seeing foreign flags and what have you. That is not part of the protest, except they have other motives, which of course is the job of the security agents to actually go in there and fish out those that are behind this. That's my take.
All right, so there has been back and forth over the issue of live ammunition to disperse protesters, with the admittance from the Nigerian military. What does this portend for us as a nation?
When they talk about live ammunition, yes, for me, it is not just, there's a local parable that said, "Not be slap me, I cause fight." That's a local adage. Not he slap me, I cause fight. I saw physically where youth took over the armored vehicle of the Nigerian police as well. If they say ammunition, we know when it started, a person was actually killed. How do they expect them to defend themselves until they kill 10, 20 policemen? Yes, it is not possible, but they try as much as they could. They use water canister and what have you, even with the presence of the military personnel, that is the not just the police this time. The people, the crowd, did not even yield to that threat. So if one or two persons is being maybe during one shot and something happened, I don't think they actually opened fire or live ammunition on all the protesters. We know what happened in other states, not just in almost all the states, apart from one or two states that we never experienced casualty concerning burning of vehicles and what have you. Those that are talking about, yes, human rights and what have you, if it has happened to them, they will ask questions, where are the security agents? Are we sure they want to protect? How can they protect us if things like this, can happen to maybe your property, your vehicles, the banks, and filling stations, just name it. So if one happen, it is not to say, yes, we support it, but if 1 out of 100 happens, it could be just out of accidental discharge. I don't think they actually meant to open fire on any protesters, because they were the ones actually escorting and protecting the protesters, as it were.
All right, so finally, with assurances from the military that Nigeria will not give room for coup, do you think the country's leadership has given Nigerians enough reasons to remain calm?
Come back to that question.
All right, so I said with assurances from the military that Nigeria would not give room for coup, that military takeover. Do you think the country's leadership has given Nigerians enough reasons to remain calm?
Of course. Whether we like it or not, like what someone was talking about, the chief of defense staff that is not a politician, we're talking about just 1 year. 1 year. He's not a magician. Let's see what will happen if he doesn't perform in the next 2-3 years. Then he still has other chance. If you want to vote him for second tenure, because if you don't want to vote him for second tenure because he did not perform, so be it. You have reasons not to vote him. The long and short of it is, yes, these youths that are performing and taking part, participating in this protest, they need to be properly educated. reorientation because you want him to address you. What is it? What is anything strange from what he said during his campaign? No. So it's just all about, I mean, more of talking to our children, talking to our students, talking to our worlds to understand what the implication of what they are doing. Because a lot of people are suffering. You deprive people that borrowed money to do their business, filling stations and other places, they cannot pay. People that rely on a daily pay, they couldn't. And you say, you're not punishing the government, you're punishing your neighbor, your parents and other people. So for me, let's allow the government to continue and see what and what to do. We're talking about removal of subsidy and what have you. They know what to do. He has addressed the nation. So for now, you should allow peace to reign. That is my own advice.
All right, so thank you so much, Dr. Shola Mese, who is a security expert, and he joined us live from London. Thank you so much for being a part of the news.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so now moving on with the rest of the stories. Organizers of the ongoing nationwide End Bad Governance protests in Osun State have announced the immediate suspension of the peaceful demonstration till further notice. This followed a dialogue with the Osun State government as well as honoring Osun Osogbo Cultural Festival celebration slated for August 9, 2024 as promised by the protesters earlier. Addressing journalists in Osogbo, the state capital, Adetunji Ajala noted that the decision was done having considered the security information in order not to endanger the lives and properties of residents. The All Progressive Congress in Rivers State has decried the destruction of its secretariat, accusing the Rivers State government of sponsoring protesters who allegedly perpetuated the act. The All Progressive Congress Caretaker Committee chairman in the state, Tony Okocha, made the allegation while briefing journalists in Port Harcourt, saying those who vandalized the party secretariat threatened to come back for another attack. The secretariat located along Abba Road, which was touched with a gigantic billboard signpost and the party's flags and posters bearing the faces of party chieftains were vandalized as Okocha condemned the act.
Our secretariat was attacked yesterday and they left us with a note that they are coming back again. We had information that they have been paid to destroy our party secretariat. And who is paying them? They are being paid and sponsored by the government of Rivers State, whose interest, as far as this matter is concerned, is to make Rivers State the epicenter of protests. Somebody asked me, how would I link it to the governor? That about what is happening in Kaduna and all that. I said, those areas are volatile already. And you see, the only person who is enjoying the entire thing in the whole state is the governor and his convoy.
He listed some reasons why the protest against hunger and end bad governance in Nigeria took a new twist in Rivers State, which was meant to get at President Bola Tinubu and make the state the epicenter of the ongoing protest. But in a swift reaction, the Rivers State government, in a statement, denied sponsoring protesters to attack the APC secretariat, saying that it is not in the character of the present administration to embark on such ugly venture.
I am aware we are briefed, and we thought it was just a child's play. How meetings were held at midnight in this state to make Rivers State epicenter of protest in Rivers State for obvious reasons. One reason is that they felt that they need to get at Mr. President. That Mr. President does not seem to be supporting them. And so there cannot be peace here.
The Kano State Police Command has arrested a notorious armed robber and recovered 2 AK-47 rifles with 47 rounds of live ammunition. The sum of 4,986,000 naira was also recovered. This was contained in a statement by SP Abdullahi Haruna Kiyawa, the police public relations officer, who said a resident of Yandadi village, Kunchi local government area, Kano State, reported that armed robbers stormed his residence, attacked him and robbed him of 15 million naira. The statement also said despite the management of the ongoing nationwide protest, the State Commissioner of Police CP Salman Dogu Garba directed a team of detectives to conduct intelligence-led patrols to arrest the culprit and recover the operational weapons. A sports search revealed a sack containing 2 AK-47 rifles with 47 rounds of live ammunition and cash, totaling 4,986,000 naira, while the investigation is still ongoing. And I'll move over to the foreign desk for more news.
This is news from the international scene. President Vladimir Putin has accused Ukraine of launching another major provocation after defense officials said around 300 Ukrainian troops crossed into Russia's Kursk region. Fighting is reportedly ongoing in the area as Moscow said troops supported by 11 tanks and more than 20 armored combat vehicles crossed the border near the town of Sudza, 10 kilometers from the front line. Speaking ahead of a meeting of the Security Council in Moscow, Putin accused Ukrainian forces of firing indiscriminately at civilian buildings and residents. On Wednesday, Russia's Ministry of Defense claimed it prevented Ukrainian armed forces from advancing deep into Russian territory in the Kursk region and said it had destroyed several Ukrainian drones overnight. However, a number of air alerts continue to be issued in Kursk, where local authorities urged residents to limit their movement and all public events were cancelled.
And that's all we have on Galaxy News. Thank you so much for being a part of the news. My name is Nenwang Yamazaka. Do join us by 9 p.m. for more news. As for now, goodbye.